Blue Table fans! I have a little bit of a treat for you. This is Tome of Beasts by Kobold Press. And these guys are a name now. You hear about them quite a bit. This book retails for $49.99. And of course it's like a monster manual. It is for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. There are probably people that have done reviews of this that are a zillion times better. But here we go. First off, I bought this online and I got $10 off because it had a little tiny ding at the bottom here. And I guess that was worth $10. And I love it. I say yes, that doesn't bother me one single bit. And so I'm looking through this, not really knowing what to expect. First off, the book is 427 pages long. And as a long-time super experienced dungeon master, I'm looking at these creatures, and what I really like about what they've done here is that they give the creatures aren't just brutes. They're not just stat blocks, oh, and they do 3d6 damage. They actually have interesting tactical options. And so that's something really nice about this Tome of Beasts. And the other thing is that they also are very imaginative. So on the role-playing side, you've got things that give you, that are a little more interesting to play, that they have motivations or could be integrated into an adventure or a story in interesting ways. They have, like I said, they have motivations. Now, I've noticed that, like with the Pathfinder bestiaries, of which there are at least 6 for 1st edition, they tend to take things out of mythologies. So, Mahoru, I would just bet your bottom dollar that's actually from an earthly mythology. And of course, you can get around copyright because of that, because you can't copyright, you know, a Valkyrie. And the other thing is, though, I wonder. Well, you know what? I don't want to talk about that. So anyway, that has they have demons and dragons. That's something that really impressed me. And they're very imaginative, and a lot of the stronger monsters have like sub-monsters, like this Demon Lord of Cockroaches has a cockroach spawn that has statistics in it. And it's just, and the art is obviously absolutely insanely good. I mean, it's really amazing. So Camazotz here, that is from Aztec mythology, obviously. That creature actually, Camazotz, was used in Module C1 for Dungeons & Dragons 1st edition, which I think that module came out in 1981 or 82. And the other thing I noticed, there were a lot of Fey creatures in here. In fact, just on these 2 pages is a couple of Fey. Oh, no, this is an arena. All right, well, whatever. But I noticed that a lot of the alignments were neutral in this book, which seemed really cool. So there's demons, devils, dragons. There's this wonderful section, just absolutely outstanding. Fey lords and ladies. So imaginative. The artwork is just crazy. Bear King, like you could base a whole adventure around just one of these stat blocks. And the artwork is just crazy good. So for me, you've got the 3 core 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons books, Dungeon Master's Guide, Monster Manual, and Player's Handbook. Dungeon Master's Guide you can technically do without that. If somebody were on a budget, I'd say drop the DMG and get this instead. And because your players probably won't have it, they won't know you're using it. It'll be this great new mysterious thing. And you've got and then, of course, you have what I call the expansion books, which are Xanathar's Guide to Everything, Volo's Guide to Monsters, and Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes. And so I call those the expansion books. So 3 base books, 3 expansion books, and then, of course, there's like a zillion adventures, which are done really well now. I do miss the old format of the modules. Like it had like a cover, a detachable cover, and a stapled interior. I wish they would still do that format. I wonder why they don't. And anyway, and then of course, yeah, so like Tasha's guide, what is it called? I can't remember. Don't say guide to everything. What else? Yeah, so then they have further expansion books. All right, well anyway, yeah, giants, hags, and then things that are just like really, really, really imaginative. I've been looking through it, I can't find any this particular second that stuck out to me, but they're definitely in here. And there's some Cthulhu monsters sprinkled in there, Star Spawn or whatever it is. Let's see, I'm trying to find some of the things where I was impressed by it. What is it? Clockworks. All right, well, guys, that is my review of Kobold Press's Tome of Beasts. Apparently, there's a Tome of Beasts too. There's like a layers book, and frankly, now that I've seen this one, I cannot wait to get their other publications. This is so nice, and I've dreamt of getting into publishing some of my imaginations, but quite frankly, the quality of this just makes me depressed. Like, how do you get up to the point where you're producing something of such amazing quality? Oh, my last comment is the paper feels different than the other books. It doesn't feel less quality, for sure, but it feels a little more papery. And quite frankly, I prefer this to the satin sheen of the standard Dungeons & Dragons books. Okay, well, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you got some useful information for the day.